February 8th. And let's see, we'll go with, what's my first thing? I guess I'll call the meeting to order, Ashley. And this microphone's super into me right now. So, roll call. Let me get it together.
Chairperson Blake,
Yes, I'm here.
Vice Chairperson Schaefer,
Here.
Commissioner Silman,
Here.
Commissioner Adams, Commissioner Brookman, Commissioner Dale,
Here.
Commissioner Campbell.
Present.
Thank you. So, Vice Chairperson, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so public comments not on the agenda. You are welcome and encouraged to participate in this meeting. Public comments on items not listed on the agenda will be heard at this time. Comments on controversial items may be limited, and large groups are encouraged to select representatives to express the opinions of the group. Do I have any written requests at this time?
There are no written requests.
Thank you. And do we have any appearance of interested citizens in the audience that would like to speak on an item not on the agenda? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to Planning Commission business. This is where we're going to conduct our election of the 2023 Planning Commission Chairperson and Vice Chairperson per Section E-1 of the Planning Commission bylaws. So before I open up nominations, it has been a pleasure. Myself and John will be having our last meeting, and it's been a wonderful time here and learned a lot, and city has grown in nothing but positive ways. So with that, let's the new sessions begin. So do I have any nominations for the chairperson of 2023?
I'll nominate Ms. Silman.
I will second that.
Don't everybody run and do it.
It's a popularity contest. So, thank you. So we have Jackie Silman. Anyone else? We're good? All right, so everyone in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Say anything? Do I say?
All right, congratulations.
Let's get moving. We've got 6 more minutes. Sorry.
Jackie is notorious for running the quickest meetings, so.
Been a long day.
With that, can I turn it over to Miss Jackie at this point?
Yes, please.
All right,
Okay.
gavel and all, girl.
All righty.
Okay.
So I know that we have nominations for the vice chairperson, but what I'd like to do, if possible, is let's wait. Stacy Brookman isn't here tonight. Of course, you're here tonight, but let's, if you don't mind, till the next meeting, and then we can elect a vice chair. Is that okay to do? Okay. Everybody?
Yeah, definitely per the bylaws we can. I know this is a big turnover, I guess I could say, you know, with 3 new planning commissioners coming aboard, and then with Stacy being gone of the remaining, it's definitely at your discretion.
Okay. And if that's okay, pleasure of the board, do I need a vote on that, or just? Or motion?
Why don't we continue the vice chair determination of the vice
Okay.
chair to the next meeting?
Perfect. All righty. Where'd you leave me at, Michelle? Okay. So we are ready for a planning commission business. Okay, bear with me. So we did the election. Agenda modifications. So planning commission and staff, if there is any interest in modifying the agenda? No.
None.
All right, can I vote to approve the agenda?
Move to approve.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So we go on to approval of the minutes. Commissioners, is there any interest in modifying the minutes?
None.
Okay,
We approve.
okay, second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any noes? No, okay. Okay, we are now ready for some staff presentations by Jaspreet Kaur. And Jaspreet will be presenting items 5 through 9 as well. Okay, so consideration of an 18-month time extension for tentative subdivision map 1903, located on the north side of Bridge Street, approximately 235 feet west of Walton Avenue. Thank you.
Good evening, Planning Commissioners. As our chairwoman just mentioned, I will be going over subdivision map 1903 for a time extension request. So a little bit of background. This project was originally applied for in December 2018. In June 2019, Planning Commission approved the subdivision map, and it was contingent on City Council approval due to other related entitlements, which included a general plan amendment as well as a rezone. September 2019, City Council approved all related entitlements. In May 2021, we did receive the first time extension request from the applicant. In June 2021, Planning Commission approved an 18-month time extension with a new expiration date of December 26, 2022. And then in November 2022, we did receive a letter from the applicant requesting the second time extension. So again, this is located just north of Bridge Street, approximately 235 feet west of Walton Avenue. It is a 5.73 acre parcel with 6 single-family residential lots, 10 two-family lots, 1 multifamily lot, and 1 commercial lot. On the screen, you can see the approved map. And we have 2 diagrams here just going over the land use as briefly described. So we have low density residential, medium low density, medium high density, as well as office and office park. So Public Works and Planning, we did determine that the conditions of approval remain valid, and per the city's municipal code, a map is valid for 2 years with an option for 2 extensions of time not to exceed 18 months. That may be granted by the Planning Commission. So tonight, our staff recommendation is to adopt a resolution to approve an 18-month extension of time for tentative subdivision map 1903 pursuant to City Municipal Code Section 8-2.610, resulting in a new expiration date of June 26, 2024. With that being said, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions from the board?
No questions.
No questions?
No questions for me.
Okay. Public comment, are there any public comments on this issue? Seeing none, I'm going to close that public. And ask the commissioners, are you ready to make a motion?
I will move to approve as written.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any noes? Okay. Thank you. And I forgot the numbers already. Okay. Okay, so now we have a consideration of a 5-year time extension, for subdivision map 1901, Harder Estates North, located in the northwest corner of the Harder specific site and the south side of Butte House Road.
Thank you. Good evening once again. So for this one, I'm actually going to be presenting items 7, 8, and 9. So this is all related to the Harder maps that were approved back in 2021. So we're just going to combine them together. However, at the end of the presentation, we will be making separate motions and opening it up for public comment. So for this one, it's actually going to be a consideration of a 5-year time extension for tentative subdivision map 1901, tentative parcel map 1903, and tentative subdivision map 1904 pursuant to Government Code Section 66452.6A1, resulting in a new expiration date of June 15, 2028. So government code, so this one is a little different because there's actually a development agreement that's attached to this site. So the government code does allow an approved tentative map to be extended up to the term of the recorded development agreement, which in this instance is January 1, 2036. So at this time, the applicant is requesting a 5-year time extension, but they do have the right to request additional extensions until the development agreement expires, and of course, dependent on Planning Commission approval. So first, we'll go over the project location for tentative subdivision map 1901. So this one is located on the northwest corner of the Harder Specific Plan site, just south of Butte House Road, west of Harder Parkway. The proposed development for this site is for 73 single-family residential lots and 3 multifamily lots, resulting in a total of 21 acres, approximately. The next one, we have tentative parcel map 1903. So just located to the west side, again, of Harder Parkway and east of Ruth Avenue. And the proposed development here, as shown on the map, is to subdivide approximately 19 acres in multiple phases, which in turn would be developed with 22 parcels for commercial development. What's exciting is we actually do have an application in for 3 use permits on, I believe it's on phase 3. So planning is currently in the middle of processing, so it will be coming to Planning Commission soon. And it is for a gas station, restaurant, and a coffee shop. And we have tentative subdivision map 1904. Again, so this is now located the west side, again, on Harder Parkway, east of Ruth Avenue. And the proposal here is for 77 residential lots and 1 remainder lot on approximately 28 acres. So once again, Public Works and Planning, we took a look at the conditions of approval, the development agreement, and determined that there's no reason of denial for the requested time extension. And we did receive the letter, which was in compliance with our codes. So again, as I mentioned earlier, we will now be doing item 7. So my recommendation is to adopt a resolution to approve a 5-year extension of time for tentative subdivision map 1901 pursuant to Government Code Section 66452.6A1, resulting in a new expiration date of June 15, 2028. And if you have any questions, be happy to answer, and we do have the applicant here as well.
Okay. Questions from the board? I don't have any. Questions? Okay.
One comment.
Go ahead.
I was just telling, Commissioner Schaefer, I guess it is officially.
Soon to be excellent.
John.
Feels like we just approved this. I couldn't believe when you said 2021.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this project. It's going to be great.
Haven't I believed in it then? I believe in it now.
Good.
So,
All right. All right, let's open it for public comment. Anyone? You want to? Oh, he can go right there.
Good evening, Commissioners. Tom Tucker, Harder Packing Company, 1321 Harder Parkway, Ute City. It is with great excitement this year that we are going to be breaking ground on commercial development. We have submitted final maps for the commercial. They are under review with the city, and we look forward to this springing off the west side. As you recall, we've done the east side of Harder, and we brought you plenty of interesting stores, including the Super Walmart. This is an extension, and this spring we will be breaking ground on that property. Also, the residential is under contract. There will be ground being broke this spring also for the Harder Estates South. And also the same party has Harder Estates North under contract. With that, I'd like to introduce Kyle. Kyle is with D.R. Horton, and if you have any questions, I'm sure he'll be able to answer them. But I would like to extend our gratitude for your consideration and also to the city council and the development of the park. The park has stirred a lot of interest. I get phone calls on, when are the houses going up next to the park? And I said, soon. So
Love those phone calls.
I think everybody will be pleased at the development. Kyle, would you like to say a few words?
Good evening. Again, Kyle Mikowitz. I'm with D.R. Horton. Good to see John up there from another lifetime, I guess. But sorry to see that you're leaving and taking your good expertise with you. So obviously, speaking to the residential portion, D.R. Horton, we're a home builder, obviously a national home builder. We definitely focus on more entry-level housing. We've been very excited for this project for a long time. Obviously, there's things to consider in the marketplace right now, but it's a really good sign that we're moving forward and we're excited about it. We're pretty much on the 1 yard line and ready to push the ball forward. So really the only thing I wanted to say is obviously thank you for the consideration, and to the staff for Yuba City, been really fantastic to work with, and obviously with Ben as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank
And if you have
you.
questions, happy to answer.
All right. Everybody good?
No questions, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and close the public comment and call for a vote.
Well, I'd make a motion to adopt the resolution. Do we need to repeat that, or are we just approving what you already stated about
Yeah.
adopting it?
You could say.
Okay. I would make a motion to adopt the resolution to approve a 5-year extension of time for tentative subdivision map 19-01 pursuant to Government Code Section 66452.6A1, resulting in a new expiration date of June 15th, 2028.
Okay. And so that's first. We have a second?
I'll second.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay. Go right on to number 8. Okay. So we are going to call for questions again for the 5-year time extension for the tentative parcel map 1903 Harder Marketplace. Any questions? Okay. Public comment? No, we're good? Okay. I'll close that. All righty. So let's call for another motion.
I will
Your turn.
recommend to adopt resolution to approve a 5-year extension of the time for tentative parcel map 19-03 pursuant to Government Code Section 66452.6A1, resulting in a new expiration date of June 15th, 2028.
And a second.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. On to consideration of a 5-year time extension for tentative subdivision map 1904, Harder Estates South. Call for any questions? Nope. Public comment? You've made it so easy tonight. Close it. All right.
That's you.
Call for a motion. I'm rolling now. All right. Want to make a motion? Whoever?
Yeah, okay. I would like to adopt a resolution to approve a 5-year extension of time for tentative subdivision map 1904 pursuant of Government Code Section 66452.6A1, resulting in a new expiration date of June 15th, 2028.
And a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, turn in the page. Thank you. We look forward to it.
Great scene.
See you at Queens.
You're killing me.
Future agenda items. Doug Libby will provide update on future agenda items.
Thank you, Chair Silman. First, I just wanted to say thank you to Commissioners Blake and Schaefer for your years of service to this commission, and we will miss your expertise and your experience. But
Thank you.
you have exciting things going forward, and we're happy for you. So just thank you. Want to introduce, we have a new assistant planner with our team, and that is Aaron Brown. He's right here. He began with the department last week. We're excited to have him on board, and you will be seeing him at future meetings. And so just wanted to, again, welcome Aaron to the team. So for future agenda items, so next month we're looking at having 4 different projects for you for consideration. We're looking at our housing element rezones. So as an implementation of our housing element that was adopted last spring, the city has an obligation to rezone 10.4 acres to meet our RENA numbers. And so we're going to be bringing forward a project that has 8 sites, 35 parcels, would actually look at rezoning a total of 75.89 acres to a medium high density, so an R3. So 50 acres included to clean up the zoning and land use for some inconsistencies over at the Richland Regional Housing Authority area. And that makes up most of the property. And so we will have that for you next month. And so the second project will be Theara Estates. That's located between Tully and Elmer Avenue. It's actually in the county right now, so it's going to be, if the commission were to approve it, it would be contingent upon annexation occurring. So that is, we'll divide just a little over 8 acres into 34 single-family residential lots, and it's going to propose to remove the X20 overlay. The next project we will have for you is the Garden Grove Senior Apartments. It's a development plan, 2206. It will look at, that's the Richland Village neighborhood. 50 senior units are proposed, 3-story building, including a manager unit, 1 and 2 bedroom units. Rent restricted to 55 and older, and income caps at 30 to 60% of area median. Yeah, so we'll have that for you next month. And the final project is the Home 2 Suites development plan for a new Hilton Hotel at 1441 East Onstadt Road, 3-story hotel. This is going to be located near the Target. Okay.
We did talk about that.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Here it comes. So that's what we will have for you next month.
Is the senior housing component through regional housing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Okay, Ben Moody is going to provide us updates.
You know, just real quick, and so, again, Michelle, John, it's been a pleasure, and I wish you luck and hope we cross paths in the future. And so, but it's been very much appreciated for the stability and just the knowledge as you guys have helped me over the time, so. What do I got for you tonight? Real quick, development's still happening in Yuba City, so staff's been busy. We have, the houses have slowed down a little bit as far as getting constructed, but we got a lot of tentative maps and some paper stuff still going on that we're hoping keeps the momentum going, you know, in a positive, doing it right type of method. So you're still gonna see, I think we have 3 subdivisions that, that Doug just talked about that are brewing, that are coming forward. LAFCO, there's been some recent changes with, pending changes with LAFCO. And so for anything that annexations or future that will require annexation or sphere adjustments, the executive officer, John Benoit, is looking to retire. And so the county and the city are working together to figure out next steps. So we'll probably have some action, some changes on that here in the next meeting or 2-week report on. We did, staff did a cool little tour today. They did a final inspection of the Mormon temple. And so that was very impressive today. And so most likely I'll be reaching out. They're trying to set up formal tours as the furniture comes in, and they're reaching out to city staff to have some folks who may be interested to be part of the tour. And so I'll reach out to see if anybody's interested. It might be, we kind of weasel our way in, to be blunt, through a final inspection. But the formal, the tour will be a little later, and it might be a few months out before they get the furniture and everything, pomp and circumstance in line. but it looks great and it's coming along. You can with Yuba City. So, our development liaison, Ashley, is kicked off an initiative, and so you might hear some buzz around town. And I'll turn it over to Ashley for just a minute for the highlights on that.
Wasn't really expecting that, but so You Can with Yuba City, it's a support network for existing and new businesses in Yuba City. And we are outreaching to the community to kind of get the word out there and network and answer questions, make connections. So our next event is next week, Wednesday at the Dancing Tomato Cafe at 12. We do have an event on Facebook, and I would really appreciate if you folks shared it with your network and try to get the word out there so people can come and ask questions to staff and get an update on development that's happening in the city. So that's all I have.
She was looking right at me because I Facebook that every 5 minutes. I saw that look. Ashley, I have to tell you, you're right. The buzz is amazing. And I've seen a couple times and I'm like, oh man, I missed that one at the chamber. And because you are contagious. It's just amazing. So keep it up. Oh, gives me goosebumps. So great job.
So on that one is definitely, we're trying to identify a point person to help the developers and really get that message out. We know a lot of people can't make these different functions, but it's to get the buzz, the word out that, hey, this is our point person to help streamline development in Yuba City and help get questions answered and be responsive, to improve that. And then we're working on some software that she's working on behind the scenes to Open Counter is what it's called, to really help a lot of developers' questions, estimates, and kind of work through that stuff. So that we'll highlight in one of our future meetings. So good stuff happening with that. I think that's all I have to report. And if there's any questions for me.
Just real quick, what was the status on that, the doctor, I think, that was gonna build those 30-some units right over, was it off of Tharp, I think, or? It was a small little development that he was gonna do right near the Bel Air Center that's in there.
Oh.
Near the
No,
Fresh
I
Market.
have not heard any traction on that whatsoever. I don't know if the owner is, he was an older gentleman.
Yeah.
If
Like retired in his 80s.
yeah, but I have not heard of any traction on that lately.
Okay.
So, the biggest thing that you'll start hearing about is the Habitat for Humanity. There's gonna be some community workshops here this month about, they have two projects. One, there's been a couple meetings at the Moose Lodge about a 20-unit apartment development south of the Moose Lodge on Walton.
Yeah.
And then they have a big potential project, 200-unit plus on Walton, north of Franklin Bridge on the east side. So there's a vacant lot, large parcel in there that it's pretty substantial. At the same time, they've got a lot of hoops to jump with funding and applications and different things, but council members and staff have been coordinating with them, trying to help package that and then do the community outreach. So you might hear some buzz. I think the end of February, there's gonna be a community workshop on that here in the council chambers.
What was the status on it was 180 or something, or 200 units that the Ocha Pinti was looking at doing there on Lincoln and Garden? Is that?
As far as we know, it's dead. We keep trying to bring it life. We actually tried to push it for a habitat project because it's so ready to go. But it just with the development and how it's been set up, it was really market ready with 2 units. It didn't fit the model or to pencil out for the formula for habitat.
Gotcha.
But I sure hope it would, and we would love to talk if you have any buzz or have anybody interested, to see what we could do, because we need some market rate apartments in Yuba City.
I know. Ben, that when they tore out those trees, of course, unfortunately, all the homeless kind of came out of.
This is on the west side?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another project that's pending, so that's a duplex project that's coming forward. Doug, I don't know if you mentioned that for the next agenda, but it's on the next, but that's a new subdivision that's coming. It's a duplex or halfplex project, about 70 units.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I can't believe, I was shocked. I just, out of the blue one day, number one, all the trees, everything was gone. And it was just a row of, all the homeless. So obviously they were inside there and they had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
But I've noticed it's less and less, so I'm hoping that somehow somebody's encouraged them to get shelter somewhere, but
I know code enforcement's there. It was kind of like when you drive by the weekend, it's like, what just happened?
I
You know,
know.
so-
I told my husband, I go,
So
well,
pros and cons,
Yeah.
with our development services hat on, it's like, hey, that's great, you guys went and demoed it without a permit, without
Yeah.
talking to anybody, but now we gotta figure out fee credits. What are you doing with the mess and the
Yeah.
homelessness? And so, I think we're kind of working through that a little bit.
yeah. I felt bad for the neighbor on the corner. It was like just garbage. But anyway, it's obvious that code enforcement's been moving them along, so
Yeah.
appreciate that. Okay, nothing else okay. Oh, right, so Yuba City planners, commissioners, do you have anything other than we're gonna cry that you're not here anymore for this, but any updates? Oh, yeah, well,
Seriously, it's gonna be great.
we're gonna have fun.
Don't mess up my city.
I'm not, no. Hey, believe me, I will be calling you. Keep her going there, Derek. All right, Sutter County, any reports?
We haven't had a meet, we just discussing that with Mr. Libby. We haven't had a meeting in quite some
What
time.
is going on over there?
Absolutely not.
We had meetings
No
all the
truck stops,
time.
no-
Doug was like on it, let's go.
Nothing to report, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, well, with that, the meeting is adjourned. All right, yay!
Notorious.